Greetings to my fellow humans and non-humans. Welcome back to the Tractorfella channel, where we know nothing about tractors. On today's episode, we're going to take this beautiful machine that's been kissed by the sun for many years, and we're going to see if it'll run. We were on our way home, and this poor, neglected little machine was sitting on the side of the road, and it started yelling at us, "Take me home! Take me home!" So we had no choice. This is going to parallel with another project I'm working on. Yes, so right now, for those of you watching this, we're going to tear the top off. For those of you watching this episode, we're actually tearing the top off to work on this. Well, I don't know anything about this little beauty. I'd like to get the cover off, since obviously we have a slight issue here. There it should be. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Oh, this is the one that has the steel balls inside. Oh, that's cool. No, I definitely cannot adapt that to our other machine. Well, I guess while we're at it, is she stuck? Release the brake with the cable. Oh no, we are ready. And we have a little bit of compression in there, just a little bit. And it's completely gone. There is, oh no, it's back. Okay, to be continued. Welcome back, folks. It's a new and glorious day. Let's get back to this adorable hunk of metal. But first, we have a very important repair we have to take care of. Step 1, get the teeniest drill bit you could possibly find. Step 2, create hole. Step 3, cut to size. Step 4, assemble. Step 5, remove excess material. And step 13, we'll add a scounch of glue. We're good to go. Quick overview before we get into it too much. First, do we have a blade? We have a blade. Oh my goodness. That's going to need a bit of a spit shine. Hercules, not helpful for camera stability. Back it up, boy. Back it up. Do we have a blade? Yes. Is it installed correctly? Yes. Exciting. Very exciting. Tank do fuel. There is petrol in there. And survey says, kind of smells like gas. Super helpful. Oh yeah, okay, it's gas. My guess, they've been using this thing for years, and then the ripcord finally let out, and they said, nope, we're done, time for a new one. Check the Earl. Okay. Upside down, thread to check, just like our little sacrificial lamb over there that we were using on our durability experiment. That is very dark. Oh boy, that is sticky. There's definitely what appears to be some metallic debris in there in the form of paste. So that's not a great sign. Let's see if there's actually any oil in here. Oh, it is just sticky. No. No, there's not. Okay, well, maybe we should bore scope that. That would be fun. That spark plug has seen some use. Filter check. Oh, that's not a great sign. Not too great of a sign. Is there a filter at all? Oh no, this thing's been sucking dirt for years. Oh boy. Yeah, that's just gonna disintegrate. Oh jeez. Good news is I have these. The question is, do we even have enough squish in this engine to fire? Oh yeah, that is just minty right there. This could be a fun one. Honestly, Titan. Okay, well, let's, I'm gonna think about this one. You all saw the Briggs durability chest. Oh. You all saw the Briggs durability test. Check. That one's completed. Go see it if you want to see it. If not, no worries. Now we're on to the sun-kissed MTD. Earl check is completed. We need to do an Earl change later on because the sludge that's in there is not on par. Carb inlet looks horrible. I just added this, that's why I'm bouncing all over the place. The RIP cord, we'll probably do that next. Blade, we have one, but we don't know what condition it's in. Air filter is definitely going to need to be changed. Fuel tank is okay. All right, let's go. On a positive note, we have some sweet wheels on here. Initial thoughts. Spring is broken. right down there. So I think we're gonna have to go ahead and just go straight for it. Bend up the tabs, hope they don't snap, pull out the wheel. Let's see if the little stubby will take care of this for us. Maybe that's all I need is just one. Yep. Yeah, there's a broken piece. Nope, that's not. Yep, that's broken. Looks like it's broken before. Or perhaps this had the little tab on it that's supposed to engage here. And that's what broke off. Next question is, what's that little guy down there? Right there. Is that another broken piece? Most important tool in the garage. Traffic. Well, it is closing time. Everyone's going home. Get out of there. You know you don't belong anymore. You're not part of the team. What if they fixed it once before and then it broke again? I wonder if we should pull this whole thing out as much as I don't want to and see if it's one continuous piece, or is it contiguous? First of all, let's get the rope out of here. All right, so what do? We just bend the end, try to hook it in here and call it a day? I'll have to pop the rope out of here so that we can wind the rope up here and then twist the whole thing up into a springy condition. Yeah, let's try it. This is getting a little frayed anyway. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, not so bad. Okay. Hot. Actually, not hot. Let's begin the wrapping process. This little guy goes here. We're going to have to go this direction. Put that little guy there. Save it for later. Ouch. Did it break? Is it going to break? No? I think we're going to be okay. Well, we had a bit of a boo-boo on this part here, but essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little slot in that wheel there, and we're going to run our spring through it. There, I was just checking to see if my little cutting device will fit appropriately. Oh yeah, look at that. Let's just take out a little bit of plastic there. We'll cut out a little bit of plastic there. And then, can we get our spring in the actual slot? This part proved to be a little bit tricky. Part of the issue was that there was too much of a curl around the on the spring there. So, but with a little love and flattening it out with some vice grips there, we were able to successfully get it popped into its slot. Yep, working it, still working it. Frustrated, took me a long time. Oh, there it is. Rock on, celebrate. What a great day. Now, after that large inhale, it's time to wind this up, make it a little bit springy. Or that's the thought anyway. But, yeah, oh no, there it is. It fits. What a great one. What I'm doing now is I'm preloading the spring. Whoop! There's our tab right there that we stuck through the plastic. You think that'll stay there, or should I bend it over? I don't want to keep bending the metal back and forth. It might just snap. We'll try that. It's pretty darn robust, so I don't foresee it going anywhere. Anyway, let's pre-wind this beast a little bit. Probably good, because we're going to have to pull it a long way in order to get it up to the handlebars. So, let's now find the end of our string, which is right there. And let's see if we can feed this through somewhat effortlessly. I'll even take somewhat effortlessly. I'll take some effortless, whatever. Get in there. Now, I need you to feed right up into there. We're going to do it. Oh, look at it. Just look at it. Take a test. Oh boy. Oh no, don't do it. That was not wise. Oh, now it's twisted. Oh no. This was a poor series of events on my part. This is bad. What is this? More broken? Oh no. The outside went around the inside. I'll be back. Get out there. Get out there. You know you want to. Yes! Okay. Break time. Woo! It's really coming down out there now. And windy. This should be fun. Got this out. Nope, I'm not doing that again. That was really not smart. However, the spring does not want to retract very well. So we're gonna turn up the pump a bit. We're gonna fill in that spring. There could be a consequence of this, bringing dirt into the system, but hopefully we'll just get lucky. Yep, it's about 1,000 times better than it was. I like how they put 2 sets of tabs in here. I don't know if that's for multiple applications or they were just like, well, once this gets replaced multiple times, these are going to snap off, so we better have a backup set of tabs. Oh yeah, look at that. Okie dokie. Let's bend these babies back down. And the appropriate tool. Oh yeah. I think we're in business. Fantastic. Welcome back, folks. It's a new and thrilling day. Let's finish this dang thing up so we can move on with our lives. Throw it in here, bring it out the side, and that's that. And don't let your string retract while you're trying to do this. Encourage it to come on out of its hole. All right. Maybe now you can see what I'm actually doing. Just making sure we're good and secure. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's roll. In case you were wondering, model 95902, type 310701, and code 921-20705. I threw in some O's and zeros, but they're all zeros, I'm sure. Maybe we can get a date off of this beauty. Go with some simple garlic solution. Even the old and the decrepit deserve a bath once in a while. Beautiful. I think next I want to scope the crankcase and see how nasty it looks. See what an oil-starved engine looks like. We're back to some lovely chilly weather again. But it is, as they say, what it is. Oh, really? Oh, baby. Look at that performance package. E310 from E3. Is this one of those that's supposed to shoot the spark into the middle of the combustion chamber? Or so they advertised. Or is this one of those that just bounces back and forth between the two, between the split ground strap? That she was a high performance model. U.S. patent. 6,495,948. Woo! That is quite the patent. I'm actually really excited to do a spark check with this plug. Plug is out, make it a little easier. I want to scope the crankcase first, and then, because I want to actually see how much oil is in there, if any, and then we'll check the cylinder. Alrighty, in we go. Alright, there's our oil slinger. Oh my gosh, it is empty. Holy cow, there's some form of the liquid we know as oil in the middle there. I don't even know if it's enough to touch the slinger. Let's check. I gotta disengage the brake. Give me a second here. Alright, so I got the brake off. Let's see if this even dips into the oil. Oh, barely. Oh, nasty. This poor neglected engine. Well, at least the slinger still turns. That's a bonus. I mean, there is wetness all over the place, so that's good. We actually have a metal crank and cam gear. Oh my gosh. I'm tempted to put gasoline in the crankcase, slosh it around for a while. Here's our piston. Looks fairly cooked. And by cooked, I just mean the oil is, yeah, kind of just looks baked on there. Let's check the top end. In we go. All right. Looks like our piston is, oh man. Let's see if we can go down a little bit more in the bore. Oh, we were at the bottom. All right, so there's bottom dead center right there. I mean, I guess it could be more cooked, but there's definitely hot spots, a little bit of glazing, some scratches. Piston itself looks, I mean, you can still see the machining marks in it, so it's not that horrible. Okay, I've got this horrible angled mirror. You're going to basically focus on this region right here. I'm sure our valve train is somewhere over there. Oh yeah, there's a valve. Can't see jack about it anyway. Let's check out the cylinder wall. Oh man, look at that. Jeez. There's a hot spot, or what appears to be a hot spot. Alright, we get the idea. She's in rough shape. Let's see if we can make her run. And we're... Traffic. And we're back for another day. Yay. We know we have some lubrication in there. Let's go ahead and check for spark. I want to see how this plug works. Okay. This looks like a good place for a ground. I can see. You can see. Here we go. How am I going to check for spark without the top cover? Smart guy. Alright, top cover is just sort of sitting there. Let's see what happens. What is happening? This thing's like Jello. Holy cow. So obviously I can't even get enough rotation speed out of this thing to check for spark. Let's blast some blaster. This thing is so sticky. Let's help it out. Oh yeah, there you go. All of it. Wasn't so bad when it wasn't 30 degrees out. Alright, here we go. Oh, jeez. The other issue I have right now is that this is solid. Okay. Let's put a blast down in there. This baby was just not made for cold weather, apparently. That, or it hasn't been maintained for, I don't know, 20 years. It's so sticky, I'm turning the flywheel with it. Alright, I'm going to work on it for a minute, bring you back. In case you were wondering, a 23mm fits on the top quite nicely. And is a great way to help this baby get freed up. And, does it still lock? Yes it does. In fact, it's freed up so much that the ratcheting mechanism in the wrench doesn't actually do anything anymore. New issue. Our little metal tab down there is interfering with our retractability. So, I'm going to go ahead and bend that down. Alright, here we go. Will it spark? I don't know, I can't see. Let me know. Here we go. Hey, let's check it out. Yes, we have spark. Very exciting. And we're back for another day. I'm going to take that and I'm going to tension the coil some more. I think that'll fix our recoilless problem. I'm really excited to be back here working on this again. We'll just speed it up for you. I want to make this thing spark between the two tips. I think it'd be fun to try. Plus, we know we have a 23mm that fits on that cranky pretty well, so we can spin it with the drill. Can't believe I'm actually getting a new piece of sandpaper. This This is a monumental day, if I do say so myself. I think in order for it to work properly, the ground strap needs to be more that way. But I have been wrong before. I know. Doesn't seem possible. Probably would help if this brush wasn't already coated in some type of... Let's try the grill brush. Compressed air. So now what I want to do is I want to move the ground strap that way. Because right now it's just arcing basically where my coke nail is, right in the middle there. Let's do some modification to this situation. That ought to do it. Well, it'll do one side. Because I bent the heck out of the one side. Let's bend the heck out of the other side. What do you think? I think we have a winner. Don't you remember the commercials? The E3 Diamond Fire or whatever, and it would be buzzing between the two different ground straps there. Maybe we just created our own. Okay, let's go play. Are we ready? I got the wrist snapper installed, and we're ready to spin. Exactly what I was hoping for. One more time. Oh man, how fun it is to play. Alright, well that was entirely too much fun. Let's go ahead and get a compression tester out and see if this thing has any squish left. Okay, that lasted a long time. I'll just show you when I'm done. It'll be a surprise for both of us. How's that sound? And go. Yeah, wrong way. That was a good solid 22 bumps. Well. 90. Seems about right for a compression-released engine. Got the PB blaster coming out, lubricating the exhaust system. This isn't going to smoke at all. Okay, continuing on. And yes, you are correct. That is wet compression, which means there's a liquid in the piston area, so it will seal up the rings a little better and possibly imperfections in the cylinder. So, we could run it for a while, pop the plug back out, run another compression test, see how it comes out. Next order of business. Yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put some gas in the crankcase. Slosh it around for a bit. And what you want to do is make sure you use a drill immediately after you pour gas in the crank. That'll help ignite the fuel in the crankcase and help clean things up better. No, don't do that. I'm just teasing. It's not even plugged in. Yeah. Take a break, my friend. Not too much, just enough to turn it into soup. That was a lot. We'll do the twist and shout. And shake it up. All right, let's clean it out. Okie dokie. Gross. Not bad, actually. Couple little teeny flakes of metal. Otherwise, I think it cleaned out. I believe there's a plug somewhere. Oh, look at that. Let's go ahead and pop that open, see what else we can get out. In we go, maybe. Should probably do this a little bit, too. Because it's super clean down here. Here we go. Brought in the reinforcements. Holy cow. Okay, round two, we have Bertha with a 1/2 inch to 3/8 reducer. Okay. Holy smokes. Oh, she was only on number 1. What in the world? Probably have to lay it back down. Boop. Yep. Okay, absolutely nothing is coming out. I think that's enough drainage. Put the plug back in the bottom. Went ahead and tipped it over again. Got a little bit more out, some there. Most of it there, some of it in the catch pan. Ah. We're going to start with some used 530 out of my Tahoe, which is probably 6 billion times better than what was in there before. And by 6 billion times, I mean the fact that there's going to be oil present. We'll run this stuff for a little bit, kind of let it circulate, sling around everywhere, and then we'll give it a nice new oil change. About halfway up. Do a little more. A lot more. We're just going to call that good. Making progress. So believe it or not, I'm actually going to remove the carburetor and fuel tank assembly from the machine. That way when I clean out this super dirty intake, it doesn't all go into the engine, because this little baby needs all the help it can get. Guess we're just pulling the whole fin off. There we are. Okay. Bingo. Oh. Well, we'll use some camera footage to figure out where that... Oh, it went right in there. Okay. Look at this horrendous condition. Too much sunlight? Too much sunlight. Look at this horrendous condition. My goodness. Poor, poor baby. How are we looking here? Oh, we're looking like we're leaking gas. Should probably drain that out of here before I create a fire hazard. Do one of these. Do one of these. And this tank is full. Yeah, nice and clean in there. Whoop, I see some water. Oh, crap. No, I just poured that into my into my freaking gas tank. That's alright. Any yuckies? Yeah, I got some dirt. A little bit of debris out of there. And yes, it smells like gas. It's definitely gas. You might be able to see what I'm talking about. See the little dots? Pretty sure... Well, that could be carb cleaner. But I would imagine carb cleaner should mix nicely with gas. Either way, I'm just going to soak that up with a towel. Oh, you can see it really good now. Even from up here. Yeah, look at all that in there. Huh. I wonder what it is. I'm never getting that back out. Oh, right in the face. Sorry about that. Won't waste that used gasoline. Or new gasoline. Gasoline is a fantastic solvent. I'm going to work on this for a bit. And I will bring you back. And we're back for a magnificent day. She is all clean and beautified. Some paint left, not a whole lot. That was clogged. But, yeah, I think we're in prime condition now, hopefully. It's a new day. Welcome back. Oh, alright. It's a new day. Welcome back. So I had an apostrophe. Remember how I said this thing wouldn't retract very well? Almost like it was binding and sitting down too far? That shouldn't be pushed down that far. It's hard to tell on camera, but essentially, what I'm guessing happened is the previous owner got tired of this thing breaking, took his hand and went, which caused it to bend down. So now this is pushing down extra hard on our little spinny. So, hot tub. Pushing down too hard on our spinny, causing this to not want to retract and spin properly. So, let's take a hammer and gently massage this back into condition. Well, I didn't push the record button. I'm sure you're super depressed you didn't get to see me hammer on this thing, but if you notice, this thing is no longer at a downward slant. We're nice and level at the top. We're nice and flush with the rest of the case, or tin, or shroud, whatever the heck you want to call it. So let's do some putting back togethering. Oh, I almost forgot. You remember on the previous engine how I added an extra black O-ring beneath the white one? And I said, I don't know if it's supposed to be there or not, but we're going to try it out. Well, look at that. There is supposed to be one there. How exciting. All right, looking good. What say you? Shall we put the plug back in? Fire it up? I agree. Let's take the sweetheart outside because it's going to smoke like a chimney. I double checked and the blade is tight, so my risk of losing a phalange is pretty minimal. Aw, happy puppy. Shame on me for not noticing, but this used to have a throttle cable. Oh. But someone was not happy with it. Turned it into the manual sorts, which is pretty common in extra cheap machines. Hopefully this carburetor is good. Haven't even checked that. Primer. Oh yeah. Primer is good. Watch your toes. Almost. Plug it in. Plug it in. Let's move to the grass. Jeez. Let's try again. Last time it seemed to be a little high on the speed, a little extra vibraty. It's a new word I just created. It would probably help if the spring wasn't in a bind. That is not helpful. Fetch it up. Fetch. Okay. Okay. Let's get the cover back on. We'll address a couple more things. Excuse me. What am I doing? Why am I walking in circles? Why are you not going on all the way? The spring, the frickin' spring. Oh, because this is an 8-point and this is a 4-point, I can rotate this so that the points don't intersect where the little spring tab pokes out. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh geez, she's gonna start. Another significant issue that's bothering me is we have a pull. We are pulling to the left as you're pushing it. This wheel is bent. Let's unbend it. Oh, nuts. See what I did there? There's a nut on the back. Jeez. Is that necessary? Hey. Nope. There we go. Probably could have done that in the first place. I think one of our largest obstacles is going to be that little guy right there. She broken. Let's find out how we can take it off. Yeah, so I checked. It's really awesome. You have to remove both wheels on the rear and then get two nuts that hold the handlebars in. So, okay. The butt is elevated. Let's go ahead and remove the wheels. So the front was just being stubborn. I'm surprised how much of this thing is metric. Okay, there it goes. So it goes, for my reference, bolt, washer, case, handlebars, spacer, nut. Why? Oh no, there's another spacer. Where'd that other spacer come from? Is it a double spacer? Why would they do that? And then a washer? Oh man, I gotta take a picture of the other side. 10-second Tom. Alright folks, what do you see down there? So this washer is gone. Bolt, housing, spacer, handlebar, spacer, net. Okay. Alright. Okay. Not to hit you in the face. Out we go. Next question is, what the heck do we do with this? Well, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah. Let's weld it. Oh, I need some practice with my horrendous skills, and this is definitely the rusty, crusty piece of material I should practice on. Most important tool in the garage. All right, we are free. Let's do a little massagation to that guy. They looked pretty even. Yeah, I love you both. All right, keep going. Get your stick, get going. This has a little curve to it. This has a little curve to it. For starters, we're going to start with the flapjack shack, and we're going to make sure all the sparks go toward the vehicle, because that does great things for paint. Glasses. Safety glasses. Ouch. All right, let's see if I can butcher this. As per usual, TractorFella Welding Center. Still have lots to learn. But I'll be honest with you, I was a little more proud of myself this time. Took a lot less grinding, and turned out pretty good. Welcome to the TractorFella paint booth. Oh, no runs there. Wow, this paint is super runny. It's definitely not my skills. All right. Let that dry for a minute or 6 and move on with our day. And we're making progress. Got our newly refurbished and painted handlebars installed. Oh, nice and solid. Cable reinstalled, wheels reinstalled. Oh man, this is a great day. We're getting close to being done. Pretty exciting. Look at this cluster of filters. Oh yeah, there we go. What we have here is a genuine rainforest replacement part. Oh boy. Been sucking dirt for a long time. Kind of gives you a little testament to how long an engine can handle unfiltered air. Alright, here's the finished product. We're looking pretty darn good overall. Toothbrush has been super handy for getting up here and getting down in these corners. There's probably a lot of people going, why are you spending time on this $7 lawnmower? Well, honestly, I like fixing stuff. I'd fix stuff that's a lot bigger, like a vehicle, but, you know, those cost money. The found on road dead machines, well, they don't cost money. People just don't do maintenance, which is understandable. The average consumer doesn't. No fault to them. They just don't know. They want a machine to run, operate, and do what they need it to do. And that's about it. Get our nice new filter in there. Little, I don't know what the heck this is. Air straightener? Hair straightener, but for air. Oh, look at that. How beautiful. Wire brush to the threads. Okay. Let's do some installation. And in we go. All right, quick double check. Carb inlet is now bueno. Oil change, we're gonna do that later. Air filter complete. Blade we need to do. Spark is good. RIP cord, good. Let's do the blade. All righty, hopefully this is our last day. Let's go ahead and clean up the bottom side and do some blade work. So check this out. I just poured out that gas that I used to wash the crankcase, and look what's still remaining in there. Goodness. It doesn't even flow. It's like paint. Oh well, And we're going in with a 16 millimeter. This has bolts in 3 positions? No way. I'm sure you've all seen this before, but this is my first. It's bolted, not only in the middle, but on the sides as well. Well, I will be darned. Same size? Nope. Strike one, Mr. Briggs and Stratton. Got a 15 for the bottom, and a spanner, as the people with much cooler accents like to say, for the top. That is not a 15 at all. It's because I never changed my socket out. Strike one, Mr. Aaron. Actually, that's like strike 78. Do I even need the spanner? I do not. And yes, we were installed in the correct orientation. Very interesting. These do come out. Alright, well, learn something new every day, right? Yeah! Alright. Blade at the first glance. This side's not so bad. Not terribly rusty, corroded. This side, however, has a pretty good dent. Wow, that's a really good dent. Dang. It's something significant. I'm guessing we're not going to be too level to start with. Let's have a look. Although your body is probably not perfectly in line with this level, you should be able to get an idea of what I'm getting at here. I'm going to put our blade on a socket, and we're going to check and see which side's heavier. Strange. I did not expect that. Oh, yes, I did expect that, because there's a giant chunk missing on the left side. So the left side is lighter, and it's going to be even more lighter because we're going to buff out. Yeah, right. We're going to grind out that chunk, and then we're going to have to remove material from the right to lighten it up on the right side. Dang, this thing is way off. Okay, off to work we go. No gloves. You know, I've seen other people use the flapjack shack on mower blades, and this will be my first time, so I don't know. Figured I'd give it a shot other than sitting at the grinder forever. I'll never do it any other way. Makes a nice smooth curve instead of a bunch of ridges. Removes material way easier. I'm sold. Next question is, why did I decide to do this where there's a puddle? Like I said, I'll never use anything but the flapper again. Look at that beautiful, nice curve. I got most of the dent out of this one. I left some just because I was having to take off a lot. I'd say that's pretty good. We don't need like turbocharger compressor wheel balancing going on. Okay, time to clean off the bottom of the deck and do some reinstallation. Sorry, this will be a little bleached out, but that's the only way I can get you to see in here a little better. One of my favorite tools is a gasket scraper, especially in this instance. Check this out. This is not, holy moly. There's some good buildup in here. Took her out on a nice wet day, I would say. There is a small amount of weepage going on here. That could just be 30 years of, you know, a slight amount of oil making its way past the seal. What you think? A little better? Yeah, me too. Alright, let's put the blade back on, fire this thing up, and see how she runs. Gas is back in because I drained it out because I was tipping it. Blade is on and tight. Tighten stick. Check. Let's see if I can avoid losing a phalange. And we're off. I think that's the recoil. I mean, it's loose. It's a terrible noise. is echoing everywhere. Not sure how to handle that one. Been thinking, there's also a possibility that this is sitting too high now and it's skipping over the teeth. Because when I set the bolts, I made sure to tighten them while pulling up on the cover. Let's loosen the bolts, put the cover back down. Obviously our oil is a bit high. We're starting to push oil out the exhausts. Also, the deck is still vibrating pretty bad. I'm starting to wonder if the crank is bent. After all, we did see a massive chunk out of that blade. Unnecessary quantity of extension. Check. So I have the spark plug undone. Let's reference where this is going. So this blade is just about, well, a little teeny bit below. And we are still a teeny bit below the sunshine. So, from what I can tell, it's pretty dang straight. I mean, yeah, this one might be a scounch below the other one when it comes around, but I don't think that's that much. Well, let's run it anyway. See if our squealing quit. Probably run better if it's not flooded with oil. Let's go ahead and get the proper amount of oil in there and try a 13.579th time. Notice how this is starting to slightly turn back to its original color, which was where my thumb is, by the way. Remember when we pulled it out, this thing was black as midnight. Oh yeah, that's like twice the amount that should be in there. Should be much better condition now. Let's fire it up again. Tighten, buddy. Starting to think there's something very wrong with this little guy. I pick it up and it vibrates so bad it hurts my hands. Well, I think I found the problem. And it's not a good one. And you see how much that's moving? And that's not axial, that's radial, right? Is that right? Radial? This is axial? Alright, so look between here and the brake band when I move it forward and backward. See all that? That may not seem like a lot, but those case bearings, sorry, you can see your own legs, a little awkward. But essentially what's happened is the case bearing on the top and the bottom that support the crankshaft are both wallered out. Wallered. That's a new word I've been using a lot lately. They're both wallered out, drug out, hollowed out, blown out, whatever you want to call it. So I mean that crankshaft is essentially doing this in there, you know, exaggerated, but it's allowed to move. I can move it from the top and the bottom. So it's not good. And when I tip it up, you watched me tip it up, the vibration got nuts. So I think the crank, you know, the crankshaft's spinning, right? Well, when I tip it up, I think it starts, that's too weird. So pretend my grinding wheel is the top bearing and the inside's the crank. It all stays fine and dandy, but then when you lift it up, I think what happens is this thing literally starts walking around that frickin' bearing, and it's causing horrendous vibration. Well, folks, now what do we do? Should we blow it up? It's junk. I'm not going to replace bearings in this thing from 1992. I could get maybe $30 out of this mower, and I don't even know if I want to sell this mower or even give it away because it could be dangerous. If there's enough vibration going on here, who knows what happens to the blade? I don't know. What do you think? I have decided I'd like to do an experiment. I want to do some slow-mo action with this engine running while tilted a little bit to see if we can actually see the flywheel doing some wild stuff. Well, it's the next day and I'm not satisfied with those videos. I'm gonna do a couple more. You know, maybe we'll take the blade off and see the vibration goes away. But that's if I can start it without destroying my hand and breaking my wrist, because there's no momentum from the blade. Alright, blade is off. I took the extra bolts out too so they don't fling out and penetrate my legs. So let's see if this starts without the blade. This might be slightly painful. It's just as bad. I think I got it. I think I got the shot that I was hoping for. All right, so here we go. Now what I want you to look at is the area between the coil and the flywheel. Now you can see how it's getting closer and further away. And you might be thinking, well, that's an imperfection in the flywheel because it happens every couple revolutions. But if you watch, that's not helpful, it's zoomed out. If you watch, it's not consistent. So that gap doesn't close every revolution like there's an inconsistency in the flywheel. It closes, you know, every one revolution, sometimes every two revolutions. So that leads me to believe that the vibration is that crankshaft, in fact, going nuts inside those bushings. Alrighty, folks, I think that's it. I think we can confirm that this engine is not healthy, and I just wouldn't feel right giving it away, selling it, anything like that. So, what do you want me to do with it? Tell me. Seriously, tell me now. If I don't get any responses, I'll probably strip it for some parts and then put it by the side of the road. We have scrappers all over the place around here, which kind of makes me sad because a lot of times they get to the mowers before I do and then they just go get crushed. So that takes away from my playtime. Anywho, you know the routine. If in the future you're looking for a new and exciting adventure, come on back, I will be here. There is a lot of carbon monoxide in this garage.